My list of security rules for a haunted resort is getting longer. So, I picked up this winter caretaker gig at Blackwood Pines Resort, one of those postcard-perfect places that somehow feels off. First day, head of security hands me this single laminated page. 10 lines, size 12 font, no intro. Rule number 1, do not acknowledge the woman in the ballroom. That kind of thing. I laughed, figured it was small-town hazing for the new guy. Fast forward 3 weeks. Snow stacked higher than the lobby windows. Radio's pure static. That single page. Now it's a binder thick enough to stop a bullet. If you ever find yourself alone in a place that should be on a travel brochure but feels like a cold case file, listen up. These aren't suggestions anymore, they're receipts for every screw-up I've survived. Rule 11, if the elevator dings after 2:13 a.m., take the stairs. Fourth night, I'm dragging trash bags from the kitchen annex, shoulders killing me, boots squeaking on the tile. 2:14 on the dot, the elevator dings. Real polite, like it's announcing dinner. Place is dark except for my flashlight and those red exit signs. I stop, bags dripping something I don't want to think about. Doors slide open, empty cab except for one wet footprint, left foot, no shoe, skin wrinkled like it's been soaking for days. I stared too long. Corridor lights start popping off, one by one, toward the ballroom. I ditched the trash, hit the stairs, didn't stop till the 3rd floor landing. Next morning, maintenance finds the cable frayed clean through. One more ride and IDV dropped 26 stories. Hear that ding now? I'm gone. Stairs are cold, but they're solid. Rule 12, if the power flickers and the jukebox plays, hum along but don't look for the singer. Lobby jukebox hasn't worked since the 80s, I know because I tried jamming a quarter in the first week. Rust had welded the slot shut. Still, every night at 3:07, same time, every time, lights stutter and that relic coughs up the first 4 bars of Beyond the Sea. Always 4 bars, always loud, always dies mid-lyric. Rookie mistake, I grabbed the flashlight to hunt down the prankster. Song cut the moment I stepped past the reception desk. Silence so thick it tasted metallic. Then the lobby's front doors, boarded since October, slammed shut, one after another, like someone walking the veranda ceiling exits. I backed away, remembering rule number 11. Next day, checked every breaker, every wire. Nothing. Now I sit on the 3rd floor balcony, mouth the words without pride. Doors haven't slammed since I learned to stay put. Rule 13, every mirror in the east wing is covered for a reason. Stop peeling back the sheets. Old mirrors, gilt frames, dark glass, shipped from Marseille's back when guests bragged about that stuff. When the place shuttered, maintenance draped them in canvas. Thought it was to protect the backing from the cold. Then curiosity got loud. One night I lifted a corner in the honeymoon suite. Reflection didn't show the room, showed the ballroom lit up like opening night, chandeliers blazing, people frozen mid-waltz. Their faces were smudged, like charcoal rubbed into skin. At the center, the woman rule number 1 warned about, black dress, 1940s victory rolls, staring straight up through 3 floors of wood and concrete. Right into my eyes. Dropped the sheet, backed out. Next morning the canvas was tucked neat as a hospital corner. I stapled every edge. Swore off sheet peeling. Mirrors still reflect when uncovered, but they don't show your side of the world. I'm fine with that. Rule 14, if the radio crackles, Mayday, on channel 3, ignore it. Snow snapped the main antenna on week 2, so the handhelds only reach a mile, maybe. Still, every night at 11:52 p.m., channel 3 lights up. Static, then a young woman's voice, calm, Blackwood base, ski patrol 1, injuries, requesting medevac. First time, I keyed back, rookie reflex. My radio squealed like it was dying. Frost bloomed across the plastic. Yanked the battery, the voice kept looping, no power. 10 minutes, then silence. Cracked the unit open, lithium pack frozen solid. That was the night I learned some radios don't need batteries and some injuries don't need bodies. Now when channel 3 wakes up, I switch to channel 7 and hum rule number 12. Calls haven't changed in a month. Not convinced they ever will. Rule 15, if you smell cinnamon where no kitchen runs, check your watch. Minute hand on a prime number. Leave the corridor. Main kitchen's padlocked since closing, I cook on a camp stove in the security office. So when the hallway outside the ballroom reeks of hot cinnamon and clove, some things using ovens were not supposed to open. Pattern, scent rolls in like fog when the minute hand hits 2, 3, 5, 7, or 11. First time, ignored it, figured squirrel dragged spice into vents. Second time, followed the smell. Ballroom doors stood ajar, haven't done that since I arrived. Chandeliers swaying, air dead still. Scent grew cloying, almost solid. Stepped back, doors side shut. Next primetime minute, I packed, jogged the opposite way. Still taste that spice sometimes. Haven't been late to check my watch since. Rule 16, when footprints lead into the furnace room, follow them out. Do not follow them in. Snowmelt leaks through the roof, pools and boiler tunnels, tracking prints is easy. Always barefoot, same size as the elevator footprint. They start nowhere, just appear at the furnace room door. First night, adrenaline told me a squatter cracked the safe. Gripped the flashlight like a club, stepped inside. Warm air hit like something huge exhaling. Prints crossed, turned left, vanished at the coal chute. I followed in anyway. Iron door clanged shut. Lights died. Something brushed my cheek, too cold for skin, too soft for metal. Mag light flickered, wall of coal, no footprints. Door wouldn't budge. 3 hours in the dark, counting heartbeats till the emergency release kicked. Now when prints appear, I stand, count to 10, back away. They leave by dawn. I leave them to it. Rule 17, if the guest ledger shows new signatures, cross them out with red ink. Black vanishes by morning. Front desk drawer still holds the last week of operation, October 1994. Names in looping cursive, dates, room numbers. Used a page as kindling the first week, pages refilled themselves. Same ink, same handwriting, new names. First was E. Blackwood, dated yesterday. No staff, no guests. Tried tearing the page, it mended overnight. Tried burning the book, reappeared in the drawer, smelled like snow. Now I keep a red Sharpie in my pocket. See a fresh signature, strike it. Red stays. Black doesn't. Don't know what happens if a name stays long enough to check in. Not about to find out. Started recording audio logs on the handheld that froze. If anything happens to me, at least the next guy'll know why. If you think that's worth preserving, share the video. And if you're ever offered a winter caretaking gig in the Rockies, read the fine print. Ask for the full rulebook up front. They only hand you one page. Run. Rule 18, if the child's lullaby comes from room 237, do not open the door. If it moves to 238, wake yourself up. Room 237's door is warped shut from water damage. Nobody should be inside. Still, every so often a lullaby drifts, two-note, like a mother too tired to remember the tune. First week, I pressed my ear to the paneling. Felt breathing that wasn't mine. Backed away. Next night, music shifted to 238. Then 239. Then 240. Pacing the hall, looking for an open room. I sleep in the maintenance closet now, door wedged by a shovel. When the lullaby stops outside 237, I'm safe for the night. When it slides, I count doors till it pauses. If it ever reaches the closet, not sure the shovel matter. Rule 19, when snow stops falling upward, barricade the skylight. Lived in mountain towns long enough, snow can drift uphill, swirl. But last Tuesday at 4:11 a.m., flakes outside reversed, rising like embers on an updraft. Air grew warm, damp, smelled like thawing meat. Watched till the first flake stuck to the inside of the glass. Grabbed plywood, nails, sealed the lobby skylight while white fluff piled on the carpet. By dawn the barricade was bowed inward, ice crusted on the living room side. Snow outside fell normally. I sleep in the lobby now, flashlight on the rafters. Happens again, I'm abandoning the lobby entirely. Rule 20, if you find your reflection waving goodbye, shift weight to your left foot. Buys 43 seconds. Bathroom mirror in staff quarters, cracked spiderweb style, still usable. Avoided after midnight. One night forgot, glanced while brushing teeth. Reflection lifted its hand, waved slow, like underwater. Smiled, turned its back, walked out of frame. No door, no corridor, just gone. My hand stayed at my side. Folklore says if your reflection moves alone, you're seeing your soul leaving. Didn't wait. Shifted weight to left foot out of panic. Reflection snapped back, me slack-jawed with a toothbrush. Heart pounding, counted. 43 seconds later, lights flickered. Don't know why that foot matters, but it's worked twice since. Rule 21, if the phone at reception rings once, count to 7 before answering. If it rings twice, don't. Old rotary phone, black Bakelite, hasn't been connected since Nixon. Still, once a night it lets out a single chime. First time, I snatched it mid-ring. No dial tone, just wind howling through a tunnel and a woman whispering my full name, middle initial and all. Phone felt like it weighed 50 pounds. Dropped it, line went dead. Next night, let it ring, counted 7 Mississippis, lifted. Same wind, same whisper. Third night, 2 sharp bursts. Stared till the echoes died. Second ring ended with a wet pop. Handset stayed cold. Haven't touched it since. Once means talk, twice means run. Not testing the third possibility. Started with 10 lines. At 21 now, edges taped, pages water-stained, red Sharpie bleeding through. Every rule cost me something, peace, warmth, maybe a chunk of sanity. Snow still piling against the doors, radio still whispers Mayday, and somewhere in the ballroom a woman in a black dress waits for me to break rule number 1. If you ever think a caretaker job at an abandoned resort sounds like paid meditation, print this. Laminate it. When they hand you their short list, add mine underneath in red ink. Because the only thing longer than a winter at Blackwood Pines is the list of things trying to make sure you don't leave.